This is the story of how I received a lifetime ban from Spencer's Gifts.
Kurtis Connor, internet funny man, stand-up comedian, and mayor of a little place called Kurtis Town. Ever heard of it? Kurtis was nice enough to come onto my little channel here and tell the story of some textbook tomfoolery from his teenage years. And then I went in and gave it some more life via Lego stop-motion animation. This was a lot of fun to make. Kurtis is an absolute legend for coming on the channel. I hope you enjoy. Hello, friends. Kurtis Connor is here?!
What the hell?
That's what I'm saying.
I got lost.
Before anyone asks, I don't know how I got this to happen, but
He threatened my family.
stop the recording. I told you not to say anything. Kurtis has not come here alone. He has a story for us, right?
Yeah, I do. I do have a story. This is the story of how I received a lifetime ban from Spencer's Gifts.
I love this already. Take me back to the very beginning, dude. Tell me all about how you got banned from Spencer's Gifts.
So I was in 9th grade at the time. Grade 9, as I say it. I believe the year was 2009. So 15 years ago now, which is fucking crazy.
Holy shit, yeah. Whoa.
I had just got my first job. I used to work at McDonald's, okay? McDonald's was the first job I ever had.
Quintessential first job.
Yeah, I worked in the kitchen at McDonald's, and the only reason I got this job was because of my older sister. Because she worked there, and she sort of put in a good word, right? Sort of like a Nepo baby type, not Nepo sibling type thing.
I cannot believe this.
I know, it's fucked
You think
up.
you know a guy.
I was in grade 9, my sister was in grade 12, so it was kind of cool. Like I like knew some of the seniors like in my school, so like I was never worried about high school because like if someone was gonna bully me, like they're friends with my sister, so that's like bad for them. So in turn I knew a lot of the older kids in the high school.
That's a good place to be in high school.
Yeah, power position.
Yeah.
The one weekend, this is like first few weeks of working there, but I got an invite to like a huge, like humongous house party in like the richest part of the town. There's like the rich kid, their parents were going away to some vacation and they had the house all to themselves. So they were gonna throw this huge party.
Now this is a story about you and not just the plot of a DCOM, right?
Yes and no. So I had like a pretty good, solid group of friends, but I had like one solid friend. And his name, I'm not going to say his real name because I don't know if he wants this story public.
For sure.
We'll call him Brian, okay?
That's my best friend's name, so great.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's also Peter Griffin's best friend's name. Me and Brian, we'd always hang out every day. We'd go to his house, we'd play Guitar Hero, right? We'd go skateboarding, we'd partake in the...
The what, Kurtis?
Kissing each other's fingers.
Oh shit, my mom's home.
Yeah, dude, classic 2009 summer experience.
Yeah, you ever just kiss your brother's fingers?
I dabble.
We'd also go to the mall a lot. We didn't really have too much like money to spend, but we kind of just like, being a teenager, you just kind of walked around the mall.
Oh, dude, I was a mall rat too. You just show up,
Yeah.
you get your mom to drive you, and then you just dick around for an hour, and then you're like, okay, can you pick me up? I'm at the food court.
Yeah. Yeah. $0.
$0, zero brain cells.
So I got the invite. I was super stoked. I asked if my best friend Brian could come, and they said, yeah, that's cool. We're stoked. Our minds are racing with what's going to happen at this party. We're finally going to get, a kiss from a girl maybe. Like, we're like, this is huge. This is going to be like the best night of our lives.
I know the exact feeling you're talking about.
And it's huge. You're like, your mind's racing. It's your first like real party.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So me and Brian were talking. The party's like, we're going to get there like 9 or 10. We're like, how about before the party, we head to the mall. We buy some new fits, right? And look all fresh and stuff for the party.
Get you some checkerboard Vans. Get you some skinny jeans.
Yeah, exactly. We make the plan to go to the mall and then to his house. Maybe we'll play some Guitar Hero. We'll have like one beer each and then we'll go crazy. So we're at the mall. We're doing our thing. We're shopping, right? We go to West. I don't know if this is a Canadian thing, I think, but we go to West 49. It's like a Canadian Zoomies.
Okay.
That's where I got all my swag. We're about to leave and then my friend Brian, he's like, hold on. Before we go, I just remembered I want to get a shot glass for the party, which seemed to make sense in my head at the time.
For sure.
But now I'm like, why did he need a shot? Just like take one from your parents' house, or just don't have a shot. Like, I think in his head he was like, he had like a little thing of Smirnoff vodka, and he wanted a shot glass so he could, I guess, just pour himself, but just drink from the bottle. But who knows?
The 9th grade logic is saying like, I mean, what if I show up and they don't have any shot glasses? What am I gonna do then?
Then I can't drink it. so I was like, okay, yeah, for sure. So he picks Spencer's Gifts. So we walk into Spencer's Gifts. We walk past all the fucking
all the novelty items,
Cookie Monster hats,
the Cookie Monster hats,
McLovin t-shirts, and the dildos,
and the bongs,
and the dildo bongs, both at the same time. And then we get to like the little there's like 2 shelves with shot glasses on them. And then I think Brian picked one that was like, it had like a dick joke on it or like a boob joke on it or something like that. I remember both of us thinking it's like really funny. He's like, I'm gonna get this one. And then before he goes to pay, he was like, oh dude, I think I'm just gonna steal this.
Sick.
And in my head I was like, okay, yeah, sure, that's fine. It's your life, do what you want. And also, like, full transparency, I was a pretty big thief when I was a teenager. That was like kind of my fix. I was a pretty I was a pretty big shoplifter.
I was actually gonna ask, like, you didn't try to be like, oh, dude, don't do that or anything. In reality, you're sitting there like, shit, I might get something too, man.
I know that's the difference. If this would be a decom, if I did say that, if I was like, no, that's not right.
Yeah. And then he pressured you in to get another shot glass with like the boobies on the front.
Right. Yeah. I think I was just like, yeah, sure. I don't care. Do what you want.
Yeah.
So he puts it in his pocket, and then we're just like, okay, we start walking out. And then I should have noticed something was up, because as we were walking out of Spencer's Gifts, there were 2 employees like at each side of like the front entrance, and then one more following behind us. We made it out, and like they kind of walked in front of us. So now like we're just outside of Spencer's, me and Brian, 2 guys in front of us, 1 guy behind us. And the one guy to my friend Brian is like, hey, do you got something in your pocket? And I remember Brian just looking at him and being like, no. What are you talking about?
Actually, I do have something. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'll do it to you too.
Yeah, that would have been, hey. that would have been awesome. But he was just like, no, I don't have anything. And they're like, we saw you steal a shot glass. Come back here with us. So then they all like,
whoa.
And at this point, we should have just ran.
Yeah.
I don't know why we didn't, because we easily could have outran them.
Again, decom movie, just hop on your skateboard and skate the hell out of there.
Yeah, and there'd be like ska music playing in the background.
Yes! Tony Hawk Pro Skater soundtrack.
Yeah. That was like the first like real confrontation I ever like experienced, I think. So I was just like, oh my God, okay, yeah, whatever you say. So I was like, okay, so they brought us to the back room. And there was like 4 employees like ushering us to the back room. And it's like, this is what you're doing with your time, guys? Fucking 1 shot glass. So they put us back there. They like show us the footage that they had.
How the hell did you even do that?
Like they had us dead to rights. They had us, they had all of the footage. And it sucks because like, I do gotta give Brian some points too. Cause like before they brought us back, he was like, yo, can you just like let my friend go? Like he didn't do anything. I did this. So we're like, shout out him. That was a class act.
Yeah.
But they were like, no, he was like an accomplice. So he's got to come back too.
Accomplice.
Like an accomplice makes it seem like it's like a fucking bank heist or something.
Yeah, like you handed him the shot glass to then put in his pocket.
Right.
You're like, if you check the footage, you'll see I did not do any of that, officer.
So they were yelling at us, they gave this big lecture about like how doing this, it's taking money out of the employees' pockets. The one guy was like, I have a daughter to feed. And it's like, what the fuck does that have to do with us? It's a shot glass, dude. You feeding your child a shot glass? That's bad parenting.
This is all commission. Everything you see in that store, it's just our paychecks.
Yeah.
So thanks for that.
Spencer's Gift, 100% commission, like a car dealership. Yeah, they had this big deal. They had like a cop come in and shit, pretty basically arrest us. Like they didn't have to put us in handcuffs or anything, but I was like basically arrested, quote unquote.
Right.
And there was like a thing on my record apparently.
Oh no, not the permanent record.
I know, but it was like I was like a kid, so they were like, it'll go away when you turn 18.
Okay.
So that's good now. But I remember the craziest thing was Brian's uncle was a cop. So when he called us, they called Brian's parents to like tell him what happened, that they're in trouble. So parents called the uncle. Uncle came in and really fucking laid into Brian, and it was like the most uncomfortable I've ever been in my life. It was like a cop yelling at a child, and he was like, you're fucking embarrassing the family, and I was like, holy shit. And the whole time I was bummed because I was like, I don't think we're gonna make it to the party tonight.
I was gonna say, like, there's no way we're gonna go to the party now. And even if we do, it's not like we're gonna have a shot glass to drink booze out of.
Exactly. It's just gonna ruin the tour. I got like super grounded for like a long time when my mom showed up. She was just like, she wasn't really mad at me. She was like, you're
just disappointed.
She was like, yeah, she was like, that was like a really stupid thing to do. You didn't do it, but like you should have told your friend not to do it, which is fair.
Yeah.
And she handled that well. But I was like really, really mad at Brian because he got me in like a bunch of trouble and he fucked up the party for us. So I just like wasn't talking to him for like several days, and he was like, he felt really bad too. At school, we'd be like at lunch, we'd all be talking and having fun, but I just would not. I was so mad at him. I was kind of just giving him the silent treatment, and all day he'd be like, dude, I'm sorry, what can I do? And he just kept saying things like, what can I do to like make you forgive me?
Aw, poor Brian.
He felt really bad. At one point he was like, what do you want to do? Do you want to like punch me? Do you want to like shove me down? Do you want to like push me downstairs? Do you want to like throw eggs at me or something? And I was like, yes. Actually, yes.
Wait, what?
I said, actually, yes, I do actually want to do that.
Wait, which one? Throw eggs?
The last one. Eggs. I wish I still had the video on my phone, but the way I guess this sort of story ends is every day we walked home, we would go through this underpass underneath these like two highways. There was like a big wall up against it, like a so we got a carton of eggs, and then he sort of like stood up against the wall, and like, dude, like everybody was there, like our whole friend group was there.
Like how many people, give or take?
There's probably like 15 dudes there.
That's a decent crowd.
Yeah, because word got out.
I was about to say, word must have gotten around, yeah.
Yeah, there was like people that we weren't really like friends with, but they heard. So like, yeah, we'll come with.
Yeah, if I was in your position, next period, I'd be sitting there like, dude, you know Brian?
Guess what?
I'm gonna fucking chuck eggs at him, dude, after school. Underpass at the wall, be there.
Yeah. So, stood up against the wall.
Where did you even get those eggs? Those are the biggest eggs I've ever seen. Did an ostrich lay those eggs? Those are huge.
And I threw all 12 eggs at him. I think maybe like 8 or 9 hit him.
Were you at like point blank range?
I was like pretty far. I wasn't that close, so
Okay.
I missed a few. But I was whipping them at him. And and then we had to like walk home together, and he was covered in eggs and stuff. There's always that thing where people say like, you know, like, say if someone, if they like beat you up, if you beat them up right back, it's not going to make you feel better. I think I have to disagree with that, because I really didn't think that this was going to make me feel better, and it really shouldn't have, but it really did. As soon as I threw the entire carton of eggs at him, I was like, you know what? We're good. We're good now.
Wow.
So we were laughing, and we're back to being best friends on the walk home. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened. We got banned from the mall for a year, and then they said you have a lifetime ban at Spencer's. So I'm no longer allowed to go into any of them. But how the fuck are they going to enforce that?
Yeah, really. I did not have a mustache in high school, so.
Yeah, I'm a lot taller now. But yeah, that's the story. I have mentioned a few times in my videos and podcasts that I am banned from Spencer's, but I've never actually told the full in detail story, so I'm excited to see it come to life.
Well, Kurtis, thanks a lot for joining me on this epic adventure to Spencer's and back.
Oh, anytime. Thank you. Thanks for having me. I hope I was colorful enough in my details.
All right, thanks for watching, and for my patrons, that's for you. Hey, I know a citizen of Kurtis Town when I see one. Jokes and silliness aside, I really appreciate you watching to the end of this video. It really means a lot. I make a lot of sketches and commentary and a lot of videos just like this one. I did one with Scott Kramer. I did one with Eric Striffler, and I do a lot with just little old me. So if any of that sounds cool to you, go check those out. But either way, thank you again so much for watching this one. Bye-bye now.